my second video, and we're going to be vlogging about my weight loss journey. So just a moment ago I stepped on the scale, and I'm not going to lie, I didn't really like the number that I saw. I think it said I was like 197.6. I'll insert the video of me stepping on it because I don't want to misquote what the scale says. So I'm just going to talk to you about what I am trying to do to get this weight down and stay down. So before I get into that, this right here is my problem area. I'm trying to get this area situated so that I don't have to worry about, one, my blood pressure being elevated, because I noticed that after this pregnancy, I've been having an issue with having elevated blood pressure, and it's not high enough that they're going to prescribe me medication, but it's high enough that they're concerned. So that's something that's alarming to me, and something that I know has a lot to do with this situation right here. Outside of that, I have the Diastasis Recti, which some women end up getting. They don't talk about it. I guess it's not a normal thing to talk about, but being pregnant in the post-pregnancy recovery phase. But I'm gonna tell you, I didn't know about it, and I ended up getting it, and I wasn't too happy about it, but it is what it is. I make big babies, so I'm thinking that has something to do with it. So abdominal separation, or diastasis recti is, I guess, the technical term for it, is when your abdominal wall separates and doesn't come back together. And in the photos I'm going to insert, you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Even when I dropped the weight down and my tummy was like flatter, you can kind of see that there was a little something going on right around the belly area. And they call that area like the umbilical hernia, when you see that there's that separation there. So when I dropped the weight and got pregnant with my second, I'm thinking, you know, one, I'm not gonna gain that much weight during that pregnancy. And also I didn't think, or I was hoping rather, that the separation wouldn't get that big. But I think it's probably at like a 4-finger gap right now, which is pretty big. And I know that it's becoming more apparent and more of a problem for my body, is that I feel like I have like back pains occasionally anyway. I think most people get them here and if you sleep wrong, but I notice that I have like areas in my back that's like really, really sore sometimes. Sometimes it's difficult even getting to a proper sleeping position to have a restful night's sleep. And I'm like, damn, like this shit is really like causing a lot of problems. And then in conjunction with my lower back and my mid back bothering me, my hip is still hurting even after, you know, having the recovery from the pregnancy. Like after I delivered, I had the spinal headache that I was dealing with. I was having shooting pains like in my lower back and my hip area, and then I had some kind of chiropractic, you know, session done, and it helped a little bit, but I'm still left with this, and some days is worse than others, but it's still there. And I'm like, this is crazy. Like I just know it all has something to do with this problem right here. So outside of portion control, I need to do some workouts to kind of get everything to come back together. So I had seen that, you know, you can kind of do some exercises where you're kind of like twisting or whatever and sucking your stomach in while you're twisting, and it's supposed to help bring everything back in. And there's a few other ones that is recommended to do with diastasis recti, but they don't really recommend, from what I've seen, they don't recommend you doing like crunches, because you're pushing up, and then usually when you have the separation here, you get this thing called a bread loaf, and that's going to make things worse. Actually can separate the abdominal wall more, and I don't want that. And then they say with planking too, like the weight is just all being distributed forward, so that could also cause the same problem. So the main one I saw was like the sucking in and the twisting, that's supposed to help everything kind of come back together, and I'm sure there's more. I just have to do a little bit more research into it so I can like see if this is really going to help my situation, because at the end of the day, I really don't want to get surgery to fix this. I know that that's always an option, but there's been horror stories about people getting it done and having it get fucked up in some kind of other way. I don't know if I can curse, but it gets messed up in some kind of other way. And also, they told me in the place that I called, because I did inquire about it, I'm not gonna lie, they told me that they would recommend me not being breastfeeding, one, and be done carrying my babies, like not be planning to have any more kids. And right now, like, I'm still up in the air about if I want more kids or not. I think it's kind of contingent on like how hard it is for me to get my body right, because at the end of the day, you know, being that my blood pressure is elevated, you know, if I can't get that down like to how it usually is without worrying about, you know, it spiking up or potentially turning into a more of a serious problem, then I think that that might have to be a an option for me to think about. Like, you know, maybe 2 is enough for me. And if I want more, you know, maybe surrogacy or adoption, because there's a lot of babies that might need, you know, to be adopted. I don't know. Like, I don't really want to think that far. I'm trying to think positive and think that I can do this on my own. But, you know, it's just what it is. So I don't know, you know, if you guys have any insight on what I could possibly do to help with that. I know there's like a lot of weight loss supplement drinks that you can take. Like, I heard of Herbalife, but I know that's very sugary, and diabetes is something that does appear in my family, and I don't want to have a problem with that. I don't have that problem right now, you know, thank the Most High for that. And then there's another one, I can't think if this is the right name, it's called TLC. Do you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. If you're on IG, you've probably seen a lot of people posting about it, and I think it's more natural. So I really want to try that out and see how that works out for me, and see if that actually works. Like, I'm looking for anything that I can do to help, you know, this situation, this whole crisis thing, you know, get under control. And this week, I'm gonna actually start doing my in-house workouts, because I do have a gym in my building, but I would rather do it in my apartment. There's room, we have the workout stuff. So I'm gonna do it here, because, you know, I don't have to worry about like having a mask covering over my face. I can breathe freely, and I'm in the comfort of my home. So I'm gonna do some videos of me doing certain exercises that I did some research on that is recommended for my situation. And if you're going through what I'm going through with this whole situation right here, then you can do it with me. Maybe you can let me know how it's working out for you. You know, maybe we can, like, you know, have a little competition or something like that on who can get the weight down the quickest or something like that. But, you know, that's pretty much it. You know, I appreciate you, you know, listening in and, you know, giving me feedback on everything like that. But, you know, that's just my struggle right now, you know, getting this weight done and, you know, down, and, you know, also like maintaining what I need to maintain. Like, my butt got bigger, that's always a plus. And I know that with weight loss, sometimes that tends to disappear or get low, or get, you know, you lose it a little bit. So I'm kind of hoping that my butt stays right where it's at. Let me kind of give you a little view if you can see it. A booty. So, you know, I'm just trying to get it right and be healthy. It's not all about vanity, but I'm just trying to do what I can do to be healthy and be here for my babies, because that's ultimately what it boils down to. But I appreciate you for kicking it with your girl today on Wednesday, and I want you guys to have a great, healthy, prosperous day. And I want you to click that bell so you know when my next content is available. And subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you later. Peace.